This is our 2-year anniversary. This channel has started on July 21st, 2024. So I'll be celebrating its 2-year anniversary by dumping down some of my lore or more like characters, OCs, and stuff like that. Okay, so let's start with Evelyn. Who is Evelyn? Evelyn is a girl who can't, unfortunately, feel pain, which led to her parents abandoning her on the street since they claim she will die anyway because of how reckless she could become. Well, unlike what her parents expected, she actually lived until she was 12 years old, which is when she found a portal in an alleyway which led her to the universe that we call the Makeshift. The Makeshift is a place where you can create your own universes and create basically everything in general. You control it because you're basically the god. You can also drag other people in here from different universes. If you somehow find the Makeshift, then you will become the god of it. Evelyn has bring everyone from different universes to torture them in order to get views and be seen on YouTube. Her goal is to be able to be seen, unlike how she was before, living on the streets like a homeless person. Evelyn is canonically a lesbian and is currently dating Una. Una doesn't have much written about her, but she's also a lesbian, and something happened to her in childhood which makes her believe that if someone hurts you, then they're a good person and deserve to be loved. Though not much is known about her yet. She has gone through some sort of trauma, but she doesn't really realize it. Let's move on to Iris. Iris is a girl who, is normal at first. But when her mother calls down her gang members to kill everyone in her class, as Iris withdraws from her family and builds a life of her own. She has taken in her teacher's grandson in order to make up for what her mother has unfortunately caused. Because the child's mother, the child's name is Maxwell, by the way. Child's mother had complications during childbirth, resulting in her death, and the father was shot by the gang. Most people would assume that Iris was irresponsible, even though her personality suggests quite the opposite. Iris is canonically Airways, and had a girlfriend named Kaylee F. The reason why we call her Kaylee F is because there are 3 different Kayleys: Kaylee D, Kaylee J, and Kaylee F. Kaylee F was later then killed by, guess who? Which then resulted her into being Airways. But Iris is also a bisexual. So that wraps up for Iris. Yes. Let's move on to Casey and Para-Casey. Casey and Para-Casey are basically the same person with different personalities. Main reason for that is because they live in alternate universes that trip up the way they feel. When Casey was 17 years old, she found a portal and invited a few of her other friends to come in. And one of her friends, Justin, and it's literally spelled Justin, by the way, no Justin, there's no T, Justin. So Justin becomes a massive serial killer and tries to kill everyone. Thomas becomes possessed and tries to kill everyone as well. Casey becomes Para-Casey, and she becomes this pessimistic thing who absolutely hates Dennis. Dennis is a calm, reserved guy, but he also gets really annoyed when it comes to Para-Casey and her negative attitude. Casey, on the other hand, is optimistic more. She believes that everyone is a friend of hers, even though they won't consider her as one back. She has had this virus since she was born, which corrupts her, and the symptoms are her growing black hair, which slowly infects her, and just her personality changes in itself. There's currently no way to help it, though. So they'll have to deal with the aftermath we call Cassidy. Cassidy is this thing that tries killing everyone, and the only way to get rid of all the fear-inducing girl is by killing her. Casey was also bullied as a child because of her naturally white hair. Everyone in this universe has colorful hair, except for Casey, who has unfortunately had albinism. Albinism is a condition where people's hair grow incredibly light and their skin is very pale. It's, I'm pretty sure, a lack of melatonin. It's the chemical that makes your skin darker or lighter. So her first friend that she made, not counting Naomi, since she's not really a friend of hers anymore, is actually Thomas. Yes, Thomas is well reserved and he mostly keeps to himself. Thomas has also experienced the same situation because, well, he's a shade of white. It's gray. But it doesn't really bother him anyway because he never wanted to be seen in the first place. So yeah, I guess that wraps it all. But I hope you like the art, and see you later.